Gemini, welcome to your October 2020 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. So that's really strange because I had to cut off your reading last night, but I had done a certain amount for that, and I can't find the video. And I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to do it all over again. And I scooped up all the cards. But I will tell you, I did see that you had the Star card and the Justice card was in the central theme. So if there's somebody, an Aquarius, and if there's some kind of legal matter, maybe that is in the cards for you, pardon the pun. But I'm going to just do it. So I have more of a continuity here. I'm going to just do it over again. We'll see if any of these cards show up. I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles a lot, though, which is kind of baffling to me when that happens over and over again with different readings. Okay. Oh no, this is a little bit... Okay. So in the top row, we have kings and queens. We have two queens and a king. And what this can mean to me is matters concerning parenthood, whether it's you parenting your children, having, custody battles, or maybe not battles, but you're trying to figure out custody. Just things of different varieties that relate to parenting and co-parenting, because we have the king can be the father, and of course the queen the mother. But at the center of all of this is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the other thing that I want to say about these people, they could be in-laws or your parents versus the other person's parents, your partner's parents. And so with these three individuals, if it is something like that, we have a caring man, a caring father or father-in-law. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the middle, who may be very concerned with material resources. And we have the Queen of Wands, who may be a working mother, a drama queen, things like that. So how I see this all playing out, well, I just want to take these one by one. The Queen of Pentacles as a central theme. If this is you, if I have to look at those three individuals up on the top row, and you are that person, you might be somebody who is currently at home, Gemini. And home is one of those places that maybe for some of you more comfortable than others. For some of you, you are more like the Queen of Wands, maybe most of you. However, because Gemini is sandwiched in between two signs that are feminine signs, the sign before it, Taurus, the sign after it, Cancer, both of those signs are domestic. And so you may have inner planets in those signs, and you may be... your moon sign, your rising sign can be any sign, and you might have it in one of those areas, one of the signs that is more attuned to domestic life, including raising children versus having a high-powered career. However, I'm not saying that if you're the Queen of Pentacles, you cannot work. You just may be doing it from home. You may put your children first on your priority list in terms of taking care of them. Maybe you're homeschooling your children. Being a Gemini, you certainly would be good at teaching, even if you don't have a certificate. You just have a natural love of learning. But, you know, is there a conflict with that? Well, I don't necessarily see that. I also think that with Queen of Pentacles, even if you were forced by outer forces to stay at home, to work from home, you may be, you know, gaining something from that that you never expected. Some kind of a gift may have come to you from that experience. And maybe you started gardening, and that's something that you have never done before. It's a good money card. In the past position, we have the King of Cups. If you have gotten involved with, I'm talking about seriously, obviously, if you're sharing a home together, somebody who is literally a water sign or they have it strong in their nature, and if we're talking about male-female dynamics, specifically, I guess it doesn't have to be, but that's the one that I'm familiar with and that I would imagine would create the most friction. You may have a spouse who wants you to be in that position. But like I said, for some Geminis, this is not going to be something you can fit into easily. And I think this is an important point to make about Gemini. You're a mutable air sign. So you are capable of morphing into different things when you have to. But whether it's identities or, kinds of jobs, you might be the jack of all trades and a master of them too. But by the same token, even when somebody is able to do that, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a situation where they are necessarily doing something that is right for them. So being adaptable is awesome. But, especially I didn't mention this. It's so funny because it's so funny how my mind works. I should have been born a Gemini instead of a Sagittarian, because I really do have that ability to just go into that ADD mode in a drop of a hat, But I was thinking about some people watch for their rising sign. And I feel like the rising sign can give a window into the person's childhood coping mechanisms when it comes to their family of origin. And I was just looking at John Denver's chart because I was listening to his music and I wanted to find out more about him, and I knew he was a Capricorn. And sure enough, he had a moon in Pisces. I figured he had something emotional because I just felt really touched by him. But his rising sign was, you could say, Gemini. And he was an army brat or, military brat. His father, I think, was in the Air Force. So he had to move a lot. And so being adaptable, if you're a Gemini rising and you have felt the need to adapt, then that certainly can be something that you, that you deal with you handle very well. But it's not necessarily something in adulthood that you want to do unintentionally. It's just kind of you're doing it in a sort of by rote way. You want to be able to make choices that work for you, and being able to discern what you feel versus what another person wants for you. So if somebody else wants you to be the Susie homemaker and you're not that type of person, you have to really think about that. And the higher message is the working mother, the career woman. Also, if there's any kind of a situation here, I don't want to make things negative because this could be very positive. Both of those cards are positive cards. But they're, when I do these readings, I'm figuring that there has to be some, if not conflict, a decision that you feel you have to make or something that's going on. And if I had to look at it that way, I would say that you're playing house, but you're not necessarily, that's not necessarily who you are. And you have to be able to see that. And you may be with somebody who's very understanding of you and caring, and that makes you feel obligated to please this person, because you might have come from a situation where you haven't had that kind of relationship before. Now, let me see if I can, this is, you know what, this is one of the weirdest, I mean, it looks normal, but it's such a weird situation on the top there. Because when I think of kings and queens, I think of authority figures. And usually with authority figures comes some kind of conflict where people are trying to, wrestle power away from the other person. So, if somebody is, I don't know, like maybe you have a boss who was very understanding of you, and there's like some kind of like, but this person, the King of Cups is in the past position. So I don't know if this was a former job where you were working and now you're at home. Something about the Queen of Wands suggests that this is in your future. Maybe this is something that you've kind of like given up on, that you will not be able to do. Yeah, unless it was some job that you had thought you were going to start and then you were told that you couldn't, because we have here as the challenge position the Page of Pentacles, and this can indicate, some message that is not delivered, something that is not begun. And I'm thinking of like, in Mercury is retrograde in the month of October. So if you're somebody who is trying to communicate with a job or something like that, you're going to have to give things time to right themselves. Because even as I speak, I don't know if, how, I haven't checked the ephemeris, but Mercury might even be in its shadow right now for all I know. But the point is that Mercury goes retrograde on the 13th of October until November 3rd. And so there may be miscommunication with somebody. But with the Queen of Wands, this is your ultimate destination. And you have to keep your eyes on the prize. Even if there are delays, don't allow delays to, make you feel discouraged or anything like that. What's coming in is the Wheel of Fortune. I think already this is part of what is going on for you. You have the North Node in your sign, transiting your sign, Gemini, and that is connected to the eclipses. So with the eclipses in your opposite sign, Sag, and as well as your own sign, you are experiencing a cycle of things happening that may be faded, or they seem like it is very unique to this time frame of the next, I would say, about a year. So the point being that, and the Wheel of Fortune connects with Jupiter. And in December, Jupiter is going into Aquarius. So that is nice because that is a friendly angle to you. That's a trine. I mean, that can be easier to manifest when you have something like a trine. And even when you had Jupiter in Sagittarius, it was opposing you. So now you have an actual trine, and this will be coming from the 9th house. So this can be and this is Jupiter's house as it is. So, that might be very good for expansion of all kinds. I mean, it's a double expansive influence, and that could mean travel and academic studies and, broadening your mind in some way, and just luck, just good fortune all around, positive vibes. So perhaps in the next few months, there is something that's being sorted out in terms of who you are in the world, your career aspirations, or your home life, and that's it. It's funny that only for a Gemini I get this card as the outcome card, the Lover's card, because this connects to your sign and also connects to a choice. Maybe this is a choice that you have to make about what direction you want to go in. Because right now, with the Queen of Pentacles, you may feel comfortable. You may feel like, wow, I never knew that it could be so mellow or, relaxing to spend most of my time at home, to spend most of my time in my garden. I'm so into my mind and I'm getting grounded. That has a definite great side to it. So whatever that means in your life, what I would say is you have to look at it from the perspective of, if you have tried different things, what works best for you, and to be okay with that. It sounds like you have great support with the King of Cups. This is somebody who is going to understand you, is not going to maybe act like there's something wrong because you're doing that. I don't know. But also, if this is some kind of romantic situation, this may be like, you may be, who knows, maybe you're like a single mother with the Queen of Pentacles who won the house in the divorce settlement because you have kids. And you have this King of Cups coming into your life. And maybe your typical way of approaching things is to be more like the Queen of Wands, and to be, really, I there's nothing wrong with the Queen of Wands, but when you're dealing with a water sign man, you have to learn how to give and take and not be more aggressive if you're a woman, because that's just your natural tendency. And there have to be, the true, King of Cups types of males that are actually sun and water sign males may be much more traditional than you are used to. But this person, maybe they are helping you to see your good qualities after you were in a bad relationship. So, I mean, if that were the case, that would be awesome too. So in any case, I hope that you enjoyed this, Gemini. And if you would like a private reading, most of my readings are astrology based. You can check the link below. I thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.